Did you get ready in the dark or something? 'Cause you look like a beautiful nightmare. Don't you know? Don't judge me. I just wish he knew. That's just like you. I miss you as I need you. I want you.
Aw, hell's bells, boys and girls. I guess the ship didn't quite leave the island as planned last night. But it is leaving tonight. Let me say hi to everyone. Oh my God, Shell. I can't with you. I love you. Thank you for being here, Shell. This is amazing. Justice, Aussie, Chucky Hippie, welcome. Thank you for being here. Truth, what? Okay, sorry. That was unintentional. That was great. That was my Lana. What? And I'm posting Lana. I'm gonna add LFT. I'm adding you to stream.
Okay.
It
kept saying that there was something wrong with my browser.
Are you okay?
I don't care. Yeah, it's all good. The browser can suck it.
Truth and Transparency. Hello. Sorry, I have a lot going on. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Thank you for all the kind words yesterday, of course. I'm enjoying. Okay. Oh, okay. Listen, Lana, thanks for popping in and just dropping that message. That was very kind. We appreciate that. Allie? Steph, thank you for being here again. Punkette, homie, my homie.
Wait,
Tricky
why
Hippie,
won't
thank you so much for being here. Welcome.
the chat's
You
not
know,
showing up?
rest in peace is right. Thank you, Smashing Ellie. Sorry, I'm behind. I'm way behind. I love you, Shell. I miss you. Beatlemaniac, welcome. Thank you for being here again. That was really nice.
I added Shell. Hey
Easy for
Shell,
you
I
to say.
added you in the community post, but I'm pretty sure I had to make sure not to click the Shell Corporation because that was the option. But so I don't know if I had to put a seashell next to you because I didn't want Shell Corp to be like, "What's your problem?" And I can't get into my problems with them right now. I don't have that kind of time. So
Hey, Lori.
just
Um,
FYI.
so Aussie, how are you? Thank you for being here. Um, so, last night, I know I wish I owned it too. So last night we took a little ride and we sailed over to Watts Island. And I
Left me
swore up
sitting there
and
with a
down.
coconut.
I know I can barely hear you. You need to speak up slightly. I swore we were doing it one night only. And then we got into this amazing conversation with some people. And we decided to do a layover. So tonight, we're going to finish up that conversation. We're going to keep it kind of brief because I have a ton, like, Lana just reminded me, like, you talk about shit going on in your life. I'm going to fill you guys in on what's going on in my life. And then we're going to talk all things Watts. And when I say all things, like whatever's on your minds, I have all kinds of things pulled. And I can't even believe I'm saying this out loud, but I'm trying to re-download my Discovery, which I believe is downloading. Hi, Emily. But I told you guys last night that I'm going through it. And many of you guys already know what that is. But so on July 11th, a pipe burst. Tia crashed the boat, causing it. I shouldn't have had that Mike's Hard Lemonade. On July 11th, a pipe burst in my house. And that pipe did $40,000 worth of structural damage to my house. And I don't even want to tell you the amount of content damage. Let's just say it's okay. So for reference, I'm currently living in a hotel. I'm streaming from a hotel. Very good chance I'm going to lose Wi-Fi here again, like I did last night. And tomorrow they're finally coming to remove the icky furniture. Who was it? It was the movers are coming to pack a pod, and the other people are coming to throw stuff in the dumpster while the rebuilders and the demo is there. So this should be an entertaining day. And I'm stressed to the absolute max. But the one thing that doesn't stress me is talking to my friend LFT and you guys about Watts, oddly enough. I realized that we forgot so much. Like LFT and I think forgot more than a lot of people know. And I'm not bragging. That is just I can't believe the stuff that when questions came up, we were like, wait, what? I don't remember that. And then you go back and look and you're like, holy shit, look at my notes. I took notes on all that. But we thought we would talk. I know I can't, Michelle. It's been crazy. It's been crazy time. But it's okay because no one was hurt, just stuff, and everything's going to be fine. And who knew that LFT would be my voice of reason? Hey, Britt, crazy mama, this is my girl. Who knew that LFT, who normally I am the one who's like, don't worry, it's going to be okay. We just need to breathe. Who knew that she was going to be my rock and voice of reason? Thank Jesus. thank Jesus, because she has been the one who's been like, okay, here's what you can control and here's what you can't control. So here's your list for the day, and like keeping me on track. So I have to tell you guys that all credit for this live is going to LFT.
That's really sweet, and it's funny.
No, it's really true.
But at the same time, if that's what's happening, everyone's say an extra prayer tonight, because I haven't said it enough yet, except to say what the hell is going on right now, because I am shocked by myself.
LFT is amazing. She is amazing. Okay, so LFT is a pain in my ass, and I'm a pain in her ass. I'm a bigger pain in her ass.
I have to run to the little girl's room. Hold on one second. I'll be right back.
But I love her dearly. I love her dearly.
Oh, Shell,
thank you, Mama. There you two are. I missed you. Look at you two. See, these are our homies right here. This is how Decipher all started, right here with this crew. So how is everyone tonight? Is everyone having a good night? I really hope that you're having a good night. And I really hope that we can answer some questions or just have a discussion like we did last night. Like, there was a lot of people who disagreed, and I remembered things that I didn't remember. And so to those who were here last night, thank you so much. Thank you guys for coming back. I really appreciate it. Since Watts, we've worked on a number of cases. So I get a little bit confused sometimes when we're talking. I have to like stop, think, focus, refocus, and all that fun stuff. And with my level of psycho stress and anxiety right now, I'm just not on my A game. But I did pull some stuff, so hopefully we can find answers to things that I know some people had. But if anyone, you have a lot of files too. Awesome. Okay, Justice, that's awesome. I know, Aussie, I love that too. I love that too. I love it. Does anyone have any? I mean, where do you want to start with? Where do you want to start with? Where do you want to go? Where is this ship sailing tonight? Oh, really? We learned a lot of new stuff lately on Jay's. Also mind-blowing. Interesting. Shell, I don't know if you saw the replay. We talked about how we met on Jay's. Jay is for Justice. Actually, if people can drop her link, that would be awesome. We always drop. I don't know if you guys can have links or are able to drop them, but anytime we talk about a creator, I like to drop their link. Good, bad, indifferent, whether you agree or disagree. Lana's link needs to be dropped because while I do not agree with Watts directly with Lana, I learn a lot from her. She definitely thinks outside the box. And she makes me put on my smart pants and I have to go look things up. So she, agree or disagree, she will make you think. And that is what I like.
I actually watched, I was Shell or Jay or whoever's in, sorry, I don't have the chat up yet. No, Jay was replaying actually one of the press conferences.
Okay.
With oh my God, y'all. Oh, my brain's working really well.
With who?
What's his name? That did all the press conferences. He's in our video.
I don't know who we're talking about.
Oh my gosh, I forgot what it was. It's about the question about the girls, about the neck swabs, but I don't know. Jay pointed out to watch his reaction more closely, like, because he didn't answer it, because they were like, what about the DNA taken? The attorney guy, what's his name? Oh my God. I know you can yell at me about this afterwards. I already know what you're thinking.
I am thinking it.
Yeah, I know. But what's his name? He's in the video that we did. With Tammy, he was with Tammy when they went to interview Chris in Wisconsin.
Well, that was Baumhofer
and
Tammy and FBI. It wasn't a lawyer. It was
no, but who's the
Okay. Are we making
DA.
up on our own? No, it wasn't Mark Garagos. I'm trying to
No.
figure when he
The
went
guy-
when they went, it was Baumhover, who's he what's it's from
I know, but who did all the press conferences for the county of Fredericksburg, for Denver, Colorado? The DA. What's his
Coder.
name?
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
Dave. Thank you, Coder.
God.
Coder
That's
was
weird.
FBI.
Oh no, it's not. All right, that's it. Every one of us are going into timeout. That none of us have come up with the name or my terrible Pictionary description of this
Rourke.
person. Thank
Rourke.
you. That's it.
Okay. Well, now you have to say thank you to Dave because Dave is the one that came up with the answer.
All right, thank you, Dave. I knew weirdly in my head, I was like, please say he's in here. Like, tell me he's in here.
Who, Dave? Dave's in here.
I know. I just got on the computer, so I can
He's
see
here?
shit now.
Listen, we're talking Watts. Dave's here. He's going
know.
to correct us. He is going to correct us. And like I said, we have forgotten a lot, and that's I have no problem anybody throwing information out there. I don't know where our panel guest Nicole is. I hope she comes back. Steph, did you want to come up?
Please, I want to talk through that autopsy.
Allie first, and then both Allie and Steph, if you guys want to come up, I'm going to post the link in chat, and you guys can gold star for Dave. That's right, Justice. How are you doing, Justice? How's your family? I know you have a lot going on. Let's see. I know sometimes when LFT talks like this, we want to wear pants. No, you don't have to wear pants on this island. Nope. Nope.
I have on pants. What are you talking? How did you go to LFT and wearing pants? I have on pants anytime we talk.
I'll start off by apologizing to your gracious.
I want that on the record. I always have pants
on. You won't be here long. I really do work these days. Awesome. That's okay. We just appreciate you popping in. That's cool. I can't with you. I know. Oh, no worries, Steph. No worries at all. I'm just curious if anyone had any specific questions of where we left off. Like, I know we were talking autopsy. We were talking, I pulled all of our cheat sheets for Discovery page to where to find things in Discovery. I pulled the body cam cheat sheet. I pulled our handwritten notes in Discovery cheat sheets. So I'm going to pull Allie up. Hold on 1 second. Pants are optional. There's Allie.
Hello.
Hi, love.
Hey, ladies. Yeah, last night was really good, you guys, which I just, it's so weird because you get on here and like if you've talked, we just got off the phone right before you're live, or if you have like a guest that's on before you go live, then you go live and you have to say hello all over again, like you just didn't get off the phone or get done talking.
We literally just hung up with her. It's like we just hung up. In fact, we were like, oh, we have to go. We're going live.
Yes, and I do want to say though on here, even though I've told you guys, I thought you guys did such an excellent job last night, and it was really fun. And I loved Nicole. I thought she was interesting. Steffa bringing in the, the nursing facts and the stuff with that. That was really good. And Brittany and Kate, I love both of them. It was just awesome. Yes. So I'm glad you guys are doing it again.
I know. I actually didn't get a chance, and I really wanted to write a little note to Brittany and to Kate.
Hold on. I'm copying links right now, y'all. I'm a genius.
Thank you for coming up, Brittany and Kate, and talking with us last night about Watts. I know it's probably a least favorite subject, but you know what was great with Kate was she came from a different direction altogether, and had some great facts. So I enjoyed the hell out of having her up. Of course, I enjoyed Brittany. Hey, Molly Lollipops, thanks for being here.
I just was so impressed that the conversation was just fluent. Like it just kept, there wasn't like a bad, we've seen battles in our times. All of us have. But you know what I mean? Like, I thought last night went just so, for lack of a better word, swimmingly, like enjoyable.
It did go swimming. I did not need a life jacket last night.
Can I ask you guys, do you think that justice was served fully? Just
No.
straight up. So if you don't you think it's harder to let something go, like a case go like that when you?
Yes,
Me too.
I do. And I thought I jumped off this bottle. Well, yes. I don't think, you know why? Because it's not satisfying. There's no little bow put on it. We didn't get to hear from. No, I think it's very unsatisfying.
I would have loved to have seen the rest of that discovery. And I don't know many people in here that if you researched it on your own, if you're a creator, I don't think anyone would say otherwise. I mean, what would y'all give to see the full discovery?
Oh my God. And yeah, I would give anything to see a real investigation of everything
Yeah.
to the end.
The cool thing was with the Watts case. See, now, Dave, I disagree. I think he would have been. I think he would still be in the same place he's in. That's my whatever. But I get where you're coming from. I totally get where you're coming. Oh, you've only watched Netflix, Tricky Hippie.
Oh wow.
That's interesting because you really get a different perspective. Hold on one second. I'm gonna pull stuff up.
I remember when I first saw it on the news, like walking in. Yeah. Because they aired it. It's no secret. I'm in North Carolina. So they aired it in North Carolina. And I just remember being pissed that he had a Carolina shirt on. And I was like, get the hell out of town. And why are you so close?
Yeah. Dave says that he didn't say he was innocent, but he think he would have walked. Okay. Why do you think this case wasn't thoroughly investigated? Oh, the list of things on that one. I feel Chris is guilty, but he could have also had help. A lot of people feel that way. I'm going to go back to this, Rafa. Why do y'all think the case? Because if the case, God, I'm trying to be so careful. I'm going to let somebody else answer that one.
What's the question?
Why do you all think the case wasn't thoroughly investigated?
Because they were able to luck out with a confession enough that would acquiesce having to do anything further. And if it was going to get complicated and it was already that high profile, that's why once he confessed, I thought they just kind of decided, I don't know. Actually, I erased my answer. Someone else go.
Why do you think it wasn't investigated? That question? Yeah. I was looking at my phone for a second. Sorry, you guys. I believe, and I think Tammy Lee told us that, right? It was because he pled guilty. She said, even on the after the oxygen special, she said it was like we were going full force, running as fast as we could, and we just stopped. We didn't finish investigating everything because he pled guilty. There was really no reason to. Yes, there was. But yeah, they didn't have to. And God only knows why. I mean, the conspiracies are crazy, but even from the beginning, if you think about it, like not getting that footage that we talked about last night from him loading the truck, stuff like that, like, wouldn't that be the first thing that you would do? Like go and, I don't know, just crazy.
Yes. Steph, what's your opinion on that?
Well, I just happened to be watching the Oxygen special because you sparked something in me. So all I've done is watch Watts all day. But I know I'm back. I'm like totally back, 100. But and that's the part I watched. But she had said we were, our job wasn't done, that we do investigations, and then we get a call saying he confessed, and then it halted everything. And I was just like, no, we are not done. Like, we're part of it. Like, we are the at-home investigators. We're not done yet.
Right.
We the people.
We demand an investigation.
You're
a
not right.
complete investigation. Yeah. And, we did receive more discovery on the Watts case than you typically receive on a case. That I agree with. I do think we got visuals, we got written. We got a lot from discovery, and people don't understand that. You have to understand that we got more in the Watts case typically than you get in a regular. I don't want to say regular case. That's awful, but
typical.
Yeah, he's so not typical to me. But even then, when you go through all that information and when you go through all the video and everything, it's still unsatisfying. There's still so many things. I'm glad, Punkette. There's still so many things. There's so many strings just hanging that he holds the key to, and that pisses me off.
It does me too. And it's like, I don't know. It's just after everything that's happened because of him, for him to still be almost like in control. Even though he's locked up, because think about it, he even tells Sherilyn in that book, in his writing, because yes, Sherilyn did get in trouble for plagiarizing, but what she did was she stole the idea. So she had found another person who wrote a killer and the outline basically, but his letters were his letters, so he said to her, if you think there's more to it than what the FBI know, you're 100% right, and I will never tell everything, period. So like that right there it's frustrating. Like you little,
that sentence right there makes me want him to go to trial, because that was the stuff I wanted to hear. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes. Would that not be so interesting? Oh my God. I wish that, and maybe one day, you never know what will happen, really. Maybe one day, let's say he's covering for somebody. Maybe he'll change. I don't know. Just maybe things will change. You never know.
Maybe. You don't know.
Well, I always thought about that where in one of his very first hearings, remember, if we were thinking that he was covering Tia for him, as he's sitting there, because at one point, like, remember, y'all, he's tapping his foot. Obviously, that makes sense. Like, anxious as mess. But if I had not harmed my children, I would be like, I would be jumping over the table to be like, no, I don't, you know what I mean? When push came to shove at that point, I feel like I would just have been like, no, I didn't do this. Once you get me in a courtroom and I'm sitting there saying,
well, that's what a typical person says like, like, holy shit, no, I'm not going to jail for this. This is not me. You know what I mean? And you're all of a sudden, it's like, oh.
Yeah, it was like when reality is put that close in your face, still, yet again, in another form.
Yeah.
He was okay. He bit his lip and he fought through it. And
I have another interesting thing to ask you guys. This is okay. Do you remember when Dr. Phil did the Nicole Kiss? He did a series. It was like a 3-part episode called like The Devil Inside Me or something like that. And it was about Chris and Nicole.
Yep.
Yeah. And then he did the show and the family's on there and they're all thinking she's involved and saying all of that. And then it's also, another thing from that show that came out, do you remember like something about a collarbone breaking? He mentions like a bone breaking that we hadn't heard of before. And then like all that stuff it was just pushed to the side. It's like half of it's deleted, erased as if it never happened. I don't know, but do you remember that about the collarbone?
I watched that today on Watts Obsession.
You did?
He has that on there. And
okay, tell me, because I can't remember.
He was saying that, because the hole was only 8 inches and their shoulders were 9.5 inches, and that he would have had to break their bones. He didn't say collarbone, he said bones, plural, to get them in there. Bones, plural.
Okay.
Gross. Hey, Amanda, thank you for coming. I really appreciate you being here. Can we drop her channel? I don't have her channel. By the way, Crazy Mama, yes.
Why do you guys think I'll drop
Bitch
it?
Is working.
Why do you guys think that it changed? Sorry.
Nope, that was me.
I'm sorry.
Well, I thought the reason that
I was just gonna ask why you think that changed. Yeah. Sorry.
I know I know it. Sometimes we talk to each other because we can't tell. I believe that isn't that the time, if I remember correctly, Lana saying that she got, and I could be wrong. I don't know if Lana's in the chat,
Mm.
but she got not a lawyer, but a press, somebody to help her with her image or something. And so that's when he deleted everything for NK, like the podcast, because he got a podcast
Yes.
on it as well. And
But why did the family change their mind?
I'm sure
a
it had to
weird
do with,
thing.
we're going to sue you if you keep saying stuff. That's, or money to shut them up.
Money.
Oh, okay. It maybe was a threat to sue or something.
So why do I feel like
Hadn't
we're
thought about
playing
that.
with Monopoly money? Sorry, that's terrible to say, but I don't.
Monopoly.
I
Well,
know.
yes.
I'm going to. All right, I'm on the way there. I got it. Sorry.
Pour a glass.
Does
and
anyone
listen to
else
the
feel like
sass.
that a little bit? A little bit when we're talking, like. Oh,
I just feel like I don't know. I don't have a good feeling about it. I don't like that. It's like you and I have nothing. I have nothing against the family. I hate what they've been through, but I just wish that we could get the truth because it's so confusing, right? And we hear at one point, like we think she's involved, even Dr. Phil, and then at the next point, it's shut up. They've got who did it. Don't talk about it anymore, and then it leaves us all really confused because we're invested too.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Frank says he knows the truth and we will never know the truth. And I was, how, and I don't want to say anything bashing the family. I'm not saying that, but it makes me wonder what I think I think they know. But I don't think we'll ever know unless there is a trial. That's why I wanted that 35C so bad. Not because I wanted Chris to get out of.
Do you think that they know though? Actually, do you think the family really knows?
I do. I think they really do know. In my opinion, just because when he made that comment, and I don't know if he was talking to AD or if that's what I remember, but he said, "I know the truth," but you will never know. And I was like, and it was in his, I got you on this. I don't know, because they've had like some, a lot of creators that talk about it. They don't like it unless, I don't know. Because I guess, because they thought they were profiting or whatever off the case.
Right.
But
there'll be none of that here, so don't worry about it. You can talk about whatever you like.
Right.
We've also had people come out pretending that Chris has said certain things, and it makes it that makes it even more confusing too. Chris has said this. He does want it. He doesn't want it. Well, just craziness.
Mm-hmm. That was actually one of the reasons, I'll be honest with you, that was one of the reasons I really wanted Lana, because she kind of had I don't want to say the inside scoop on that, but she certainly did her homework on it and can probably answer it more educated than certainly more educated than I can, because once we hit the 35C period, for me, I was done. Like I was like, and we're out. And she kind of picked it up and had the details on that, but it does when he
what do you mean done? Like you were done watching it, period, or just pissed?
Yeah, I was done researching. By the time the 35C in November was talked about, I was done. I think weren't we done by then?
Because I said if he doesn't, if there's no movement. If there's no movement, I mean, we're both very cognizant of the date coming up, and that if he's filing, he's got to do it.
Yeah, because now we got to wait 30 years if he wants to do it. Because
I don't think we'll ever know.
Well, I think part of the problem was also the threat of going back to Colorado scared the shit out of him. I mean, that had to be terrifying.
I do too.
He's got it pretty, and I mean, I don't know this for a fact, but as far as prisons go, my understanding is he's got it pretty good where he is, and I don't think where he was real safe for him. I agree, Crazy Mama. I think he's content. I think he can make himself at home wherever he is. I think he's an adapter. That's what I think he is. I think he
Because I
adapts
think
to the
people
situation.
will have forgotten. Yeah, I think that he will try. In my opinion, only is because I think that people will have died. That sounds terrible, but a lot of people that were, alive at that time when this happened will not be alive anymore, and people will have forgotten it. I will not forget it, and I will probably be there in court. Hopefully, I'll still be alive, and
Oh my God.
and be retired. So I will be like first in line, trying to get my ticket for that.
I think there'd be a lot of us who would be like knocking
Yeah.
people over to
Yeah.
be in that courtroom. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't want to go to Colorado.
Oh my gosh. Remember when that Mark
I'm not
Gillespie
going.
call came out and all that
Yes.
stuff? Oh my gosh. And then J is for Justice actually told the whole story of how that
Yes.
happened. Oh,
that was
interesting.
enlightening. That was
Uh-huh.
okay. Was that the same live? Where's Shell?
That was on Lana's, I think.
Exclamation
She went
point
on.
Shell. Okay, or
That
that
was
one. Yes,
interesting.
that's where I heard it because then that whole explanation it helped clarify things.
Me too. Yeah, it was good to hear.
And then she's pointed out some other stuff. It was like what I said last night about the hands. Like there's no really marks on Chris's body. That I was a little PO'd with myself. That I was like, oh fart. I'm thinking about this again. Like I graduated. I thought I passed, or at least got a C in the course and got off the island. And now people are saying things that are making me go, oh crap.
I don't.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm like, after last night, I'm like you guys sparked something in me, and that's why I'm like, don't stop, don't leave me here by myself. I'm back.
I hope you did some math today because I've been thinking about like time frames, days, hours, like.
Yes.
And then I was like, I put the TI-83 calculator away a long time ago.
Well, I hope.
I will say this. Allie, and speaking to Allie tonight, she had a pretty interesting idea that kind of sparked. I've been simmering on this idea since she brought it up, and not only Watts, but other cases too, where maybe once a month we go back to Watts Island and we talk about, for a night we talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Or we hit Wells, or we hit whatever case is interesting to you guys. You guys get to choose if you want to ask questions on Watts. There's so many times you go into chats and you say Chris Watts, and people are like, "Oh my God, no, I'm not talking about it."
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, and Allie's really the one who kind of sparked the idea, so I need to give credit.
She gets all the credit.
But
I think that would be so fun.
Don't you like an interesting thing? Well, you can add Wells. We could all discuss the Wells case again. We could discuss, and keep these cases alive, if you will.
Yes.
Yep.
It could be like a throwback series, but I'm telling you guys that it would be so special. You can do, think of even the Watts case. You can go to NK's interview, his interview. You can go to some of their home videos. You can go to the text messages. You can go through. There's so many little sections that would be so fun that we probably have forgot all about, that to go back through and to see all the details again. Oh my God. And you guys do it. So you guys do research and stuff so brilliantly and beautifully, really. So I just think it'd be so fun. I'm really excited.
I think I think it's something we should think about and implement like once a year. Look at Crazy Mom.
Yeah. But I was just thinking too, I think it says a lot too in terms of like collabing with other people. Yeah. Like if we're talking something about a particular case, where that was like a passion there, so they really excelled at it. Like to have people join the conversation like this again, but not make it exclusively. Host it wherever, just like you know what I mean. But I want to engage with others because I love hearing the other opinions and people that make me think. Because
and I know it's a traumatic. Honestly, I do I do want to say this out loud too. Like. There's creators who really have PTSD from Watts, and I get that. And I want to be cognizant of that. But also they are, I know we're going to scare you. Listen, the text I'm going to see after this from Crazy Mama saying, what in
I'm
the
going to kick
hell?
you both. I can't wait till I see you face to face. And I'm like,
honestly,
all I have to do is run faster than Tia. All I have to do is run faster.
It's an interesting idea because a lot of people don't go back and rethink or relook at or find that specialized person that dealt with, that portion of the research.
Yes. Also think what we were saying. Is there justice? No. And also even with Summer, like we were talking about tonight, as other cases come along, these get forgotten about. People stop talking about them. They, and it's just, it'd be awesome to keep that alive. That's really, now I'm even more
doing it in honor of, we're not doing it in spite of. And that's something that I need to make very clear with people, because I know y'all come in here and be like, oh, you're doing the Watts case again? No, we're not doing the Watts case. Watts case is solved, bitches.
Okay, that was going to be my next question, because I was going to say, I don't mind covering it, because actually this has been rather, enjoyable.
It's cathartic.
It's something about it's been... I know. I was sort of like, oh crap, but I don't want people like. Are we doing this for? Are we trying to change something? Because I don't think anything is okay. Just making sure.
No, I'm not fighting anything.
I didn't know if I was on a crusade.
I think it's showing what we have and discussing what, like I said, how we started this whole thing. Like, just having differences of opinions with a discussion. I can
think of all the time and energy that y'all put into your stuff. The tears, the madness, the love, you know what I mean? Think of
the all-nighters.
The fights, the whole...
Do you know
but I think it's interesting. I don't know.
It's very...
Hey, girl! It's so nice. Just look at who it is.
Hey, could you interrupt Steffa one more time? Because that was...
Nicole.
Oops. Don't unmute.
No, you're fine. I was just thinking about the creators. Like, remember the journey, like when the days that like we thought something was happening, like, okay, the SWAT team is at Watt's house, and we would be like watching all day or remember when we were told that something, or that the actual Watt's house, like Chris's parents, where we were told they were there, and they were, and the police were there, and it was verified by a neighbor or something, and we were all waiting for some big news. And it was like, I can remember like just being on the edge of my seat like the whole day waiting.
I was too. I reported on that actually on my channel. I didn't know that I just didn't know anything about anybody, and I didn't know that it was not true. I was like, they're saying the police are there, and it came from this channel. Well, think about Sherilyn and the shit she did on my channel saying NK had been arrested. Oh my God.
That I forgot about that. You're right. Tricky Hippie says, are you saying Netflix was wrong? You know what? Yes. I am saying yes, Netflix was wrong. And actually, Lana proved there was some things that were missing.
They're oftentimes wrong, these big companies.
Oh, yeah.
They don't ever do
it's
as
a
much
production
research.
Company. And they're putting a story out. They're putting their story out. They're not putting out, yes, the Rusiks worked with them, God bless. But they're still putting a story out. And they're giving their narrative. Yeah, absolutely. 100% they were wrong.
Look at Jody is cool. They were saying like Watts was a curse word, and she said, get Wattsed. Get Wattsed. Like...
Amanda, when I really started getting into her channel, there was a night she was doing Summer Wells, and it was like right after work, and Amanda was like, we were told that the red truck had been pulled over. Remember? I don't know if you guys remember that.
Oh my God.
And we were in chat for like hours, like, okay, with the scanner and everything. And it was like on the edge of our seat, it's like, because we get so, we care, it's like we want justice.
I've got to be honest
involved.
though. Yeah, and I'm sorry, it's just so fucked up, excuse my language, to do that to people. Like these creators that take advantage of people because they want views, or that they put out these fake stories. They've, all this, it's bullshit. It's wrong. It is emotionally dragging everybody through hell. I don't appreciate that. And then it becomes where people can't trust us. You hear something and, you don't believe it. Well, I don't know. I just don't appreciate that. Just like Sherilyn had given me a registration, and a creator, I won't say who, gave it to her, like trying to encourage her to talk about it. And it went back to Kessinger, and it was a red vehicle. Well, come to find out, when I ran the VIN number, it went to like a black Nissan. It was just complete BS. And I don't understand how you could use something like this and be like, I'm gonna make up this and try. Like, how does your brain work like that? That's so wrong. It is. It's wrong.
I agree.
Okay, sorry.
And you know what? I 100% agree with you. And it's so funny because I know when Amanda was doing that streaming that we were talking about, I think that was Wells, wasn't it, Amanda? Was that the red truck of Wells? That was a moment in time. And I mean, we were all holding our breath on Amanda, listening to our friend, our friend.
I mean, that's exactly.
It was a moment for us.
Yep. I can still remember people in chat, like bonding. It was like we were so emotional that day.
Oh, kind of like when Don Wells was arrested during that prank call. Do you guys remember that? And then all of YouTube froze.
The entire day. Like, I felt bad for my work because I'm like, I don't want to call a patient yet because I might miss something because I work from home. And I'm like,
Ellie,
I might miss. What can I do in the middle? Oh, Amanda, don't feel bad. You were amazing in that chat. You did. I mean, you were so good at like getting the information out to us, because it wasn't like it was just you made up something. This was like there was actually a red truck. We just didn't know if it had to do with the case or not, and we were like just
it was a real moment. We were all there. Like first of all, I was super excited that Vita was killing it that day. I'm not even kidding. It was just,
Amanda does do great.
She was killing it that day. But I also, it was just like we were all there. That's the stuff where you go back and you go, that really was a moment. Because, going back in JS for Justice and watching some of the things there where, she's pulling 1,000 people. She's, a couple thousand people. I don't even want to insult her by saying 1,000. She's probably pulled. Yeah, I have questions. Olvita always has questions.
Yes.
But it does bring you together, and you're all like holding your breath at the, like right now, if something dropped on Watts, anything, a dumb thing, we would all be like, oh my God, what is it? Where is it? Who has it? Who has it? And we'd be texting each other going, where is it? Who has it? Where, so, I mean,
it's really special. If you think about it, it's special.
We thought he was being transported. Remember when we thought he was going from Dodge back to Colorado? Yes. And we were like, let's call Dodge. Now let's call, kept looking on the websites to see if he was an inmate at Weld County. It was
and sorry for interrupting you, Tia and stuff. I just interrupted to say sorry. I probably need to go anyways. I'm gonna jump down and chat and finish in there. But things
are coming up.
Thank you guys for letting me be a part of this.
I love you.
You guys are awesome. And it is special because look at all the love that we have and all the heart that goes into this. Like there's a lot of nastiness and stuff on here, and I think sometimes we gotta like recognize the good too, because we are a force to be reckoned with. Look at all of these like badass women and men that are here with all the love in the world for these little kids and for justice and stuff. You know what I mean? It's really awesome.
And for a cordial conversation. I like it when people can have opposing views but still talk and keep it going. Like I just appreciate that.
Well, that's what I loved
Absolutely.
last night, was hearing some of
God.
the other sides of things, and like
Mhm.
that was cool. And like some of the, Steph had some questions, and I was like,
Oh, yeah.
go on here. Because
All right.
thought
Well, I
that was
love you
cool.
guys, and I'll listen down here, and I'll keep killing it because you guys are doing great, and yeah, I'm really proud
Thank
of you.
you,
And I'll talk to you
Allie.
soon.
Bye, Allie.
Y'all be sure to.
Oh,
I just am highlighting an entire email. We don't need that.
We don't-
So, in honor of
Mhm.
reminiscing, I bought a
Mhm.
spirit box. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
I almost.
I had to take it for that was back in the day. Remember?
Oh God,
We went
Shanann.
to that
Shanann,
channel.
can you hear me? I'm looking for Shanann Watts.
Y'all are both. Y'all,
Yes. Can someone
both of
find
you.
Shanann? Anybody out there?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm right here. Talk to me, girl.
I loved that channel back then. Like I enjoyed it. Looking for that person. Like there wasn't like I didn't feel like there was drama back then. Like I would go there every night and talk Watts. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was the cool thing about the Watts community too. And I am going to give credit where credit's due. There was so many different aspects. You have Mexi and Robbie and going to like, really check things out, giving you the house view and doing the ghost hunting and things like that. And then you have like us doing research, and you have, other channels doing Zav girl. Oh God, who loves
great,
Zav?
Yeah.
She was amazing, and just so many different people doing their thing. I don't know. There were so many different creators doing different things at the time. And now it's a little bit different. I just heard the Spirit Box comments.
Crazy Mama said, "Okay, Steph, bye bye."
But it just, everyone had their, listen, I watched AD, I watched Zav, I watched.
Oh, thank you, Jody. That's so nice. Sorry. Crap. I interrupted.
Oh, Jody.
That was so sweet. Thank you. Alex, she had me scared. Sorry.
Wait, are y'all talking about me? What?
No, I thought she was talking about me and my sister.
Okay, good. I was like, wait a minute. I don't know what I did. I was pointing to you.
She's like,
I was pointing. I was like, that one, right? Just kidding. Sorry, as you were saying, Tia, what?
I don't know. I was thinking about some of the things that, like Steph was saying last night about the autopsy, and certain phrases that I will never use in my life again, but that I learned from the Watts case. And I learned, we had to go in and learn and I'm gonna say it, like, y'all put your pantyhose on and tighten your seatbelts, because I'm gonna say some things. But there was skin slippage, and I almost came out of my skin when I heard that. I was like, what the hell is that?
Oh, that was a bad conversation.
But you had to investigate that to understand what that meant. God bless those kids. First of all, God bless. But oh yeah, Alex has a channel. I can drop that link.
I got it. I already did it.
Did you guys watch it when it was happening? Because I did not.
I did.
Yeah,
I remember the day they went missing, because I'm in North Carolina, and so I'd come in from the gym, and I know exactly where I was standing, and it was 5-6 o'clock news, and there he is with his arms crossed, and I was like, wait, what is this guy? And then I was pissed that he had on a Carolina shirt, and then I followed it ever since. I just
keep talking. I'll be right back.
I have a story, LT. Okay, so I was I had become single, so I started listening to this creator, Adrian, and she on YouTube, and it was after, I would say it was probably it would have been late 2020, early 2021, and she was about dating. She was a dating coach, is what she is. It has nothing to do with true crime, and she's really cool. And then one day, she says, Shanann Watts was my friend. And I was like, what? And she said, I've never wanted to talk about it on my videos, but she said, I've had a couple clients that have gotten involved with psychopaths, and I feel like it's time to discuss this issue. And I was like, oh my gosh. She's like, so I met Chris Watts 1 or 2 times, and she said that she felt so guilty as her friend that she wouldn't go to the wedding. And this is why. And she said they were out to dinner, and that when they had all got milkshakes or something, some kind of dessert, and there was glass in Adrian's whatever she had eaten. And she goes, oh my God, guys, there's glass. And so everybody was like, oh my God, are you okay? And except Chris. And she said he smiled, and it was creepy. So she said, and her boyfriend, she said at the time was, Adrian's boyfriend, because it was like a couple, two couples out. And Adrian said her boyfriend at the time was like, did you notice that guy like found pleasure that you had glass in your dessert? And she said, yes, I did. And so Shanann was so happy to be with Chris. She's like, but I couldn't be happy for her, but I couldn't tell her. And I know, she goes, I know that she thought it was our friendship. Like there was something wrong of why I wouldn't go to their wedding. But it had nothing to do with our friendship. It was just who she was marrying. And I thought, she goes, so everybody always talks about what a great guy he was. She's like, but I knew on that night that there was something wrong with him. And I was like, wow, like what's the chances of her being friends with her? It was crazy.
Wait, were they from, not that it matters, but are they like hometown, or were they through work people that she knew?
I think she met her like through marketing stuff. And they had met as Facebook friends, and then they just kind of became friends. And then when Shanann started dating Chris, she's like, oh, I want you to introduce you to my new boyfriend. And Adrian didn't have a very good boyfriend at the time. She's like, but so for him to say, did you notice that guy taking pleasure in you having glass? She's like, that says a lot, that one psychopath to another.
Oh my God.
So yeah, I'll have to find that episode and send that to you guys, because it was really weird, because she has nothing to do with true crime. She just is a dating coach. And I just started watching her videos, and she talks about like feminine energy against masculine energy. Just really, I really like her. And it has nothing to do with Watts, but it does have to do with that one episode when she said she wanted to talk about women dating psychopaths. And she said that she knew Shanann. I was like, oh my gosh, I had forgotten about that, and I wanted to tell you guys that. So I'll send it to you, Tia, in Messenger, that link to that episode.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Later on, I'm kicking all y'all's butts, though, for real, for getting me interested in this again.
But see, I know, but here's the thing, like, y'all think, and, we all have our own opinions, and based on our research, and I say that like each individual creator did a different, a different amount of research and different levels of research. And some people had research teams, some people did their own research, whatever, and some people were headline readers. I watched them too. I'm not gonna lie. I watched it all. Crazy Mama said, thank God I'm married and I'm not in the dating scene because of all those mofos out there in this creek. It's a true story.
Yeah, congratulations all y'all.
Yeah, enjoy, because I don't even like dating because I have that one bad experience that I ended in 2018 has made it very
I was about to say, some of us like frighten or scar more easily than others, but I will tell you one thing, I don't know if I were Chris right now, if he had the option to be like totally free. Imagine if you right now, if you were him, and they came in and they said, "All right, man, you can choose to stay here and live this regimen life, whatever, or you can walk out the door right now." What do you think he would do?
Oh, he'd
I'm
be out.
genuinely like he had the choice to either stay right where he is right now, or he can in 5 minutes walk out the door. He gets a freebie. It's his choice.
But he
way
has
does
to
go?
tell the truth. Is that the caveat?
Nope. Just him being able to walk out right this
Why
second.
would he? I mean, of course.
He doesn't have to. No, don't ask questions leading up to it. Just say some reason he has this option. He can stay where he is, or he can walk out the door. No questions asked. We're done. Which one does Chris choose?
I think anybody would walk.
I see. My gut says he would stay.
No way. He can adapt to any situation. He's an adapter.
I think he'd go for it. Go try to find NK.
Me too. Hey, Marcy.
Or another.
Okay. That's why I just wanted to ask, because my gut, if I was going with my gut goes, he'll stay because he's okay. He's surviving. He has communication. He's going to get eaten alive outside. And as much as he wants to adapt, he's not as good at adapting as he thinks he is. And so I figure like his inner self would be like, we're good. I see him staying. And it surprised me. So I wanted to ask the rest of the people, because
that's a really good question.
Yeah, it is. But he does have like if I met Chris out, like, and he was just himself, like his personality, that he showed other people, I would think he was a nice guy, and I would think, oh, he's a catch. I would not, and that's the scary part. How many of us are sleeping next to our spouses and have no idea that they are a Chris? That's why I'm so afraid to get in. Like, I'm down on dates, but I don't, like, I'm a runner. So as soon as you start to expect me to hang out all the time, that's not something I want to do because of these type of situations. After my last relationship, when I was in with somebody that found pleasure in gaslighting and those type of things. So now I'm
but I think
scared.
But I feel like he's lost all of his, I don't want to say mojo, or I don't know what the word is.
I think he's
bravado.
No game now. No game.
I think he is totally y'all. He's alive, breathing, doing what paying his penance, serving his time. He can't change, but okay. The caveat of him getting able to walk out the door right now is he can't change anyone else's opinion, though. Like, things would be just as us sitting here talking about it. People are going to love him. People are going to hate him. I don't think he could deal with it. I think he would crumble faster and he would stay in because you can't do it.
See, I think all those people that are writing, like those women that are crazy about him, and he's kind of
he's a celebrity.
Yeah.
Kelly, I agree with you. And Allie, reading the Bible just reminded me of a story. Should I tell the story without names? Can I tell the story without names?
Oh my God, you've got to, because this is the person, if they ever hear this is not bad about, this is I can't explain a classic
You're gonna have
moment.
to jump in and help me with this story, because this was the most organic, hilarious.
Oh, it's David. I mean, I hope Dave's in here too. This might have been the funniest thing.
If I were ever gonna pee my pants, it may have happened on this night. We were on a call.
And the best is that I'm the one that spoke up. Out of all of us, I was the one that was like, really? Yeah. So we'll get to that. But keep that in mind. Really paint the picture.
Yeah.
Because
so there was 4 of us on a Zoom call, LFT, myself, another creator, and we'll call her a sub. We'll call her a subscriber.
I mean, she's just Yeah, great.
She was
really
she had a
lovely
lot of
person.
research. She was a nice lady, and
Hilarious.
Totally hilarious. Just a nice person. And we were on a Zoom and we were shooting the breeze, whatever, and we're having a conversation. And I mean,
it's
we
really
were
late.
probably on for hours listening to each other's stories, yammering about Watts, talking about things. And I'm gonna let LFT take the story because it's so much funnier when she tells it. I'm telling you.
Well, so we're sitting here and we're having the whole conversation, like what we just were about people writing him, this whole thing. And so, but mind y'all, for 2.5 hours before this part of the conversation, we're still talking case stuff and Watt stuff. And so 3 o'clock rolls around in the morning and we're still on the phone and we're talking. And someone goes, she's like, well, I know because when he wrote me back, it was like all like she was like, talk Bible to me.
He's spoken Bible.
And I was like, okay, he speaks Bible.
He speaks Bible.
And so first of all, like that touches you. And so, okay. So wait, this whole conversation, so pretend
we
like
are
we're all
carrying
talking.
on that slide, that whole comment.
And she's still going. Yes, and she is still going. So like, oh my God, he talked Bible to. Oh my God, he was like, he speaks Bible. And she kept talking. And then I was like, okay, hold on. The speak Bible thing alone. But then I go, whoa. I was like, hold on. Literally interrupted an entire Zoom. And I go, seriously? We're just going to let that pass. Wait, he wrote you back?
In order for him to write you back, you had to have written him. So she then says, as deadpan as she can.
Oh my God.
Of course I did. I dropped $50 on his books and I wrote him a letter. I was done. I was out. I was
dying. I was on the floor laughing, and I don't mean to. That's not an evil memory of anything. This was, if y'all could have seen it, it was like a Saturday night skit or a movie line where you're. But the other three of them go mute, and I'm literally like, seriously?
We're gonna let that go. That's all she said.
We're just gonna pretend she didn't. We're really. And then we were all busting. Oh my God, I've never laughed.
Oh,
well, I have laughed that hard.
The funny part was the fact that she then ran upstairs to her master bathroom, took pictures of the letters that she had and sent them to us.
There was more than one letter?
Like 4.
Oh my God. Yes, that was the other part. Y'all, and we had the most delightful conversation, I shit you not, for like 3.5 hours. It was a late night, and it was just.
I love her.
Oh my God, I can't believe it's all coming back to me. Oh my God, she's so sweet.
She was so sweet, but all of us
there's
were
nothing
like,
evil. Yeah,
we literally
hung up just like, yeah, of course I wrote up.
And we were like, she talked, but I mean, she talked to him, but we've been on the phone with her for 2 hours before she said she spoke with him. Wrote to him, had letters to show us. Like it was like
to him. They've had correspondence by this point. She had a return envelope. Like she got a response.
All right.
And I was literally like,
I mean, I've heard of people, but I haven't met anyone like that actually did it.
No, yeah. And congratulations. Like, I don't judge. Like, if you want to write something, do it. I don't care. I'm not judging that. But if y'all could have understood it as us talking about, like, how do we get in touch with them? Or wouldn't it be crazy if we did? Or yada, yada, yada. 120 minutes later, someone's like, well, when he wrote me back, my letter said, and I was like,
a lot of Bible. And I was like, what? I mean, literally, like, it stopped me in my tracks. It stopped the other person in their tracks. LFT is going, wait a gosh darn minute here.
I was like, really, no one's going to take this. I'll take it. Really? Like,
we kind of all went quiet. She was like, I'm going to field this one. Kelly, I agree. I agree with you.
I'm so sorry. Oh God, that was so funny. And that's just as crazy as Stepha's story. Like, how about Stepha being like, this person's like, cheers a story. Like, Oh my God. Watts comes back like and whacks the crap out of your head when you haven't
I
thought
didn't
about it.
know Tia went to a conference with Shanann.
Oh,
What the
congratulations. I didn't know either until a few days after I'd spent 24 plus hours with her.
Now, mind you, I had friends who were, I've never met Shanann. I've not ever talked to Shanann, but we do have friends in common to this day. Does he accept letters? Yes, he accepts letters. Well, sure. I mean, you just have to write him a letter and ask him if he'll write with you. And 9 times out of 10, my understanding from this individual that we spoke with, clearly he answered her letters. It was his handwriting. It was, I mean, It was the granite on her countertop. It was oh my God.
It was him. And by the way, Johnny's comment, that was so true. How sad is this? This is like people like, I'm preparing for the end of the world. And they're like, cool, me too. And they're like, really? I have like normal friends who can't get a date. What's that from that we listen to? But it's the same thing he just said. Look at Chris getting all this mail or engagement. He has more attention now than he ever had.
Them on. Justice. Does he really? What a scoundrel. Like, he's got it like that so he can pass on the letters. Pig. Sorry.
You got to make $1 something. He's got fees to pay.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, I mean, if you've seen Discovery, you've seen some of the pictures of the girls that and they are beautiful women that send him photographs and letters. And okay, thank you. Don't get any ideas.
I'd be a little disappointed now if I sent a letter or someone did and you didn't get passed around. Right. I'd be like, crap.
Like Chris Watts.
Yeah, I got shit.
Well, what has my life become? A, if I'm writing to Chris Watts, and B, the disappointment that I would feel that he didn't rate me back. Like, somebody needs to literally take me outside and kick me sideways. Like, the hell are you thinking? Right?
Yeah, like that's
Oh, sorry, Alice.
No, you're good.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was gonna be like, I could just see her kicking me in the face. I think that's what I was gonna say. Be like, what the hell are you thinking? Like, just knocking my teeth out and be like, you back on reality? And be like, yep, I'm good. Let's go.
Punkette. Yes. I wonder if I send an ankle pic if he'll respond for research purposes.
Get off my phone, Punkette. Get off my phone.
Watch
Put
out.
Bralette on. I want to talk to Bralette yesterday.
You can make money locked up getting pen pals for other people. Is that true,
really,
Molly? There's a business for everything.
Oh, well, I've been doing this nursing thing, and here I could have just been a
seriously.
All that education right down the drain.
Right.
All you had to do was be a pen pal to a prisoner.
Exactly.
So you're a pen pal pimp? Like, how does that work?
Molly's a pen pal pimp. Beep, beep, beep.
Right? Is that?
Oh my God.
I'm dead.
So, okay.
Is that what you are? I'll do it. I got built. I'll do it.
There's a guy that I do want to write though, because for research, obviously, not to talk. He's not attractive at all. But have you guys heard of Tim Jones Jr.? He annihilated his family, and he's he's at Dodge as well.
What?
So he's from South Carolina, and he had 5 children, and he made like a lot. I mean, quite a bit of money, and he lived in a trailer. So they lived like not that there was anything wrong with living in a trailer, but like you would think with him making good money, like they would have had like more of a upscale home.
Right.
And they didn't have food in the house. Children's services have been involved, and they have, like, I watched the whole trial after the fact, because I think it happened in 2014, the trial or something, or I don't know, it happened, the murders happened then, something like that. So this guy annihilated his entire family and then drove them down south and finally dumps their bodies after 2 or 3 days.
Oh my God.
In another state. But he gets pulled over when the bodies are in there. So, but the cops,
is this where the cops let him go?
Yes.
Okay.
And so then he gets rid of the bodies, but then he gets pulled over again, and they can smell decomp. So, and there was a missing persons. His family had put out a missing persons for all of them at that point. So then they said, that's when they brought him in, and then, he took him to the bodies, yada, yada, yada. But I'm interested in doing a series on him. So I thought about sending him a letter, but it asked him if he would explain things to me. In watching the trial, I totally get why he was the way he was. I mean, as an infant, his infant, his grandmother was saying that she walked in, his mother had schizophrenia and wasn't diagnosed or taking medication. And, she was giving him as an infant a bath in ice water. So that's what his childhood was like until his mom went to, was put in an institution, and she stayed in the institution for the rest of his life. But so it was when you hear that, I was not surprised at all that why he did what he did. I mean, it changes who a child is if you're living in those, in that situation. But for those little beautiful children that happened to, I was like,
yeah.
You have to look him up though, because it's very.
I definitely want to look that up. Hey, I just wanted to say, hey, Incognito Gypsy, easy for me to say. Thanks for coming in and supporting us. That was really, really nice of you.
And Outside the Box with Chloe. Hey.
Oh, hey, girl.
And Thug.
Hey, girl. Hey. Oh, look. Thug for Life.
Yes, Thug Life. Timothy Jones Jr. That's him.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
I need to learn more. I don't know this. I do know what you're talking about, because I remember the police pulling him over and letting him go, and everybody was outraged. And then
they
would tell or something like that.
Yeah, they didn't know, and he was in a big car because they had 5 kids, so he had to have a big car. I don't remember if it was a Suburban or something like that had extra seats, and they were all piled on top of each other. The kids, so he said,
he
was taking spice and blamed it on that.
Yep.
Hey,
that's
Amber,
when I learned about spice. I'd never heard of spice until then.
I don't know what spice is. Okay, now I gotta look it up.
It's synthetic marijuana, but it makes people crazy. It's not real marijuana that calms people. It makes them off their rocker.
Oh, interesting. Wow. I don't know. Actually, there you go. I'm gonna have to look into that because, research purposes only. Don't do drugs.
Crazy mama, don't do drugs. Yeah, stay in school. Don't do drugs. Speaking of schooling, Stepha, what did you learn today watching all your Watch stuff, and what can you tell us? I need another tutorial.
I'm trying to think if I learned anything new, because I watched a lot of the same things I had watched before. I did the Dr. Phil thing. I never knew that they had to break bones to get the girls in there. I'm trying to think. Oh, I know. I had a question for you guys. Mm-hmm. So while I was watching that, and I know you guys watched AD and all of the different things, do you remember watching an episode? I can't remember what channel, but it was an AD channel. It might have been in Dave's channel. But it looked like there was 3 graves that there had been dug up. But he didn't have time.
God, we've got the picture.
But when I was watching,
didn't he say that as well, though? That's why, wasn't that kind of his reasoning for only burying Shanann, because he ran out of time, essentially?
Yeah.
Yes. But it looked like in what channel I was watching, it looked like he had dug up 3 places on the channel. But when I was watching today the footage, it didn't look like it looked like there was only 1 spot. So I don't know.
We have pictures we can share in our Facebook group.
Because that's when we broke down that we were able to break it down to the time of when it was done by the drone camera.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
I think there's only one significant, if you will, grave
picture.
that, yeah, which
think,
would have been shenanigans.
Right. Yeah. I think I'm trying to handle this with care. Surface digging, perhaps. But remember, the rake broke and the shovel was, all that stuff. So time was definitely running out.
By the time a coworker got gas, I mean, one of them was on their way out there, and he knew he has a night. I think he even has like an 11 or a 12-minute gap, another gap in the phone cover, like right before they get there, if I remember correctly.
Why did he leave the bed sheet out there? I don't. That's a great question, Chris. Why did you leave the bed sheet out there?
And he said
it was. I agree with you.
He, in the interview, he says, I wrapped her in it. So if he wrapped her in it, how the heck did it get out of the grave? That's what I want to know. That's why I always think that they're.
And of course, and let me interrupt you for 1 second, Steph. Okay. As we're speaking, Crazy Mama sends me the picture you're talking about.
Can you share it or not?
I mean,
or is it something that
we've shared it before? I mean, it's not like, to be honest, I understand where you're coming from on not wanting to share it. I get it and I respect it, but I know we've shared it before.
All right, can you talk among yourselves while I this hold, please.
1 moment, please. Go ahead, caller.
A caller. It's so
there was something else that what's her name said today that I didn't. Oh, she said she believed the second interview. She said, I believe what he said in the second interview at Dodge when they went out to see him in February, because it was so much more horrific what he did than any of us could have imagined. We never ever thought that he would have killed them out there and put them in tanks. We thought everything was done in the house, and that they would have been buried in a shallow grave, the girls. He said not in a million years did we think that he killed them out there and put them in the tanks. That didn't come to our minds at all. That was from
Can we do a trigger warning, mods?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
No. You're good.
You're totally fine. I just want to do a trigger warning so that if anyone is sensitive to this kind of thing, I'm going to show it, but just it. And Beatlemaniac, I got it, and I'll approve it as soon as we're done. Let me share screen, window.
I agree with that.
The truth is in the lies. I don't think he was a trigger warning. Yeah. Oh, agreed. Thug for life. Okay, let's take down that comment. Let's take down that announcement. Nobody text me unless you want your text shown tonight.
Oh my God, that would be me. I'd be like, what are you doing?
Okay,
on
hang
live,
on.
you dipshit.
Hold, please. Yeah. Been saying that for a long time. Hold, please.
Here Jeopardy music.
I'm gonna send a good one. Do it. If you send a GIF, I'll give you $1,000, and if it's the one I'm thinking of, I'll give you 2.
No, here's the picture, guys. It's unfortunate, but can you guys see that?
No.
Is it not sharing?
Yep, I see it now.
Okay, so that I see, and that's like dug up, but when that I think is where her body, because her body was laying forward, like it was not straight, like it was, she was like almost in like a fetal
almost the fetal, yeah.
She was.
So I think that is why it looks like that. But if you looking at the footage before they started digging, trying to get her out,
Yeah.
it didn't look like there were 3 spots. And
Well, I
so
think he would have put them all together. I do think he would have done them all right there together. That's
if he
was
could have,
his plan. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
All right. Sorry, I'm
Interesting.
just going to take that down now. Sorry about that. Yes. Okay. See, this one I have a hard time showing because this actually, that one has some decomp in it. We're actually not going to show that one. We're going to save that one for the Facebook group because I don't want to.
Yeah, I understand that. Have that out.
There's even flowers out there. I know.
The only
Look at
thing
the
that
other one. I know. I'm going to put him in the Facebook group, Crazy Mama, because I thank you. By the way, thank you so much for sending those. I appreciate that more than you know. But I'm just, for those who may be sensitive, I'm going to do it in the Facebook group. And then that way you enter at your. No, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. No, you really helped me. I'm just trying to be respectful to the replay people who, I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. That's what
I don't know. Maybe we'll put the video because
we have a drone video that's up.
Well, and we've got like Nate's footage where we've clipped it, literally just screen recorded. I don't mean to say clipped or adjusted his video in any way. I mean, just trimmed it to catch that portion that we were talking about. But stuff like that could go on Facebook too if we don't want to replay it.
Yeah.
You know what I don't understand? Because the case is quote closed, why can't we have as the public all of the information?
That's a really good question. I wonder. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I have a theory, but I don't know. Actually, that's an interesting.
Yeah, because it is my understanding when a case is totally closed, that is all public information, and all you have to do is a FOIA request. But they're having trouble. We just now got NK's that one video of her, that one interview video, and that took almost 4 years to get that, 3.5 years. So it just makes me wonder why.
No pun intended there.
Right.
Why?
There's so.
Oh my God, that's what was that what Dave made me say that time on the live? And he's like, you sound just like her. And I was like, 1, kiss my butt. 2, fine, I'll say it again. They're so little.
Oh. That was so fake. I thought that was.
Does anyone actually feel empathy for that woman? I'm curious. I'm very curious that people. Does anyone have empathy for her?
If she's not involved, absolutely. If she's involved right now, I don't, because I still think she's involved some. That she knew.
Even if she wasn't involved, she was involved with a married man. So all bets are off.
I don't know. That's a dime a dozen, though. I don't know.
It's hard to have empathy for her. It really is. Mm-hmm. And she erased everything. So it's hard. Like, if I was involved with a married man and his family went missing that day, I would have been like, oh my gosh. I don't know what I'd do, because I guess I'm not in that situation, and I don't date married men. I don't share. But I would be like, oh my gosh, this is all the information. I think you need to know this. The last thing I want to do is hide it. The police are going to know. I mean, they're going to do a full investigation. Like I'd want them to know everything. If anything I have can help find this family. I can't imagine not. And then, that was another thing they said on the Oxygen. They said she called the tip line to tell that she was the mistress, as if they
actually really.
Yeah, that's what they said in the documentary. I caught that today too, which I'd never caught before. And I was like, she called in? What do you mean? That, like, I thought she went down to the police station and said, hey, I'm having an affair. But the way they made it sound on the documentary today, I thought it was the Oxygen one. And Tammy Lee said she called into the tip line and said she was the one that was dating him, as if they had announced that they were looking for the mistress, like out on the TV or something. I mean, I was like, did they do that? Did they say if you're involved with him before she came to them?
No. I don't think that there was any announcement of the other woman.
So, yeah, because Chris says in his
until
interview,
she came forward.
Yeah, because they had to say, well, after his polygraph, he said, well, the reason I didn't pass it was because I am having an affair. And they're like, oh, we already knew about the article. So that is misleading on the documentary.
Yep. But they had his phone. I agree with Aussie. I have no empathy, but I would like to hear her side of things.
I know. That's why I said I want her to write a book.
I'll
take the day off and read the whole book.
Oh.
I am that, like.
She wouldn't do it. She'll never do it.
Well, someone would have to help her with the big words like the.
Yeah, like oh my gosh. Like,
oh my God, like the longest story y'all are ever gonna read.
And I did the macros for him because he couldn't get that right.
Oh my God, the chicken and the fish, I couldn't believe how much he was not getting enough. It was crazy.
It's very difficult to have empathy because of her actions. She wasn't being forthcoming with information she put herself. I mean, that should be tattooed everywhere. She put herself before the victims who were murdered. Thug for Life gets the comment of the night with that. Agreed.
That's very different.
Yes. Couldn't agree more. She put herself before the victims who were murdered. That just strikes a chord with me. Thank you. That's yes. They did let her run the interview, Crazy Mama.
Oh God, I forgot about all that.
And I agree. Amber Fry was distraught.
Yes, she was. Can you imagine if you were dating somebody, because she didn't even know. She honestly didn't know. And then you see your boyfriend on the news with a wife that's pregnant, missing, and you have no, this is somebody that, you're talking about a serious relationship is what she thought.
Right.
And I would be devastated if that was my boyfriend, and I didn't know. And then you see that. And then it ends up being such a big story.
Beatlemaniac, she couldn't even say Shanann's name. Her. That's all she could. Her, she, her. Yes, you're right.
You've had lunch in her house. So I don't know. I would Pollyanna out. I can talk, but then I'll cave and be pleasant as hell. You know what I mean? I just couldn't do it. It's not in me. It's not my nature to be able to go and kind of puppeteer an interview or think of myself to get ahead of the game. I wouldn't be.
Well, my interest is where I lose empathy for her the second she crossed the threshold of that house. You knew that he was married. She has no boundaries. Yes, that's yes. And the second she crossed the threshold of that house, she knew what was up. And he had to, quote unquote, talk her down. And that's where she was sitting outside in her car for 45 minutes crying. Now, why didn't she just turn the engine on and leave? Because now you know. Now,
because it's
no.
easier said than done.
If women would stop doing it, if they would stop dating married men, then we wouldn't have, as the married women, and I'm not married now, I've been divorced for like 20 years, but wouldn't have that infidelity issue.
Yeah.
But they don't. And it's like continuously forever going to be an issue. But if every woman said, I refuse to be involved with a married man, we wouldn't have infidelity anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I don't have respect for somebody that is dating a married man. Like if one of my friends came to me about it, I couldn't be like, oh yeah, go for it. No way. And I probably tell the wife, to be honest.
It's not an easy thing to be sympathetic towards. I mean, the sad part is though, it's like a dime a dozen these days. And I hate that. I mean, my parents aren't married. My parents have been divorced since I was little. So it's like so routine. Like, and many of my friends are the same. What, like we have our parents and our step parents and, just extended families. But the people that sometimes get involved with people who are married too don't realize it. Or some people play it off so well that they don't realize that they're involved in a relationship and invested in one until it's too late. Do you know what I mean? Like
True.
I'm trying to play devil's advocate a bit, and I'm not speaking from personal experience myself, just so that's out there. I'm just saying, I'm trying to think, like, if you were someone like Amber Fry, who didn't know but was invested, I mean, obviously their reactions are very different, but you can see what turmoil that brought on her too, because she was like, what the fuck? Like, I had no idea.
If you don't take me over to your house within the first month of us dating, we probably won't be dating much longer, because I'm definitely going to think something.
I don't think my macros are going to be the topic of conversation in the first month of dating.
If you're worried about my macros, we definitely can't be dating, because, honey, I like to eat. So,
yeah,
there's that.
Well, her macros and her search history, that's two different stories. Come on now. Please.
The wedding.
Who are you trying to be?
The wedding dress thing has always gotten me, but that was one of those things, I think, for me personally, I had to look at it as like a blip on the screen in comparison to everything else. I'm not negating it. I'm just saying, okay, I could see her forgetting her macros one night and having too many glasses of wine and, looking up wedding dress. Like, I can see it. I'm not saying that means that she did something, but I think it's explainable.
Mm-hmm.
You can explain both sides of that. Do you know what I mean? You can make it something more than it is, or something simple.
She told the investigators that she encouraged CW to work on his marriage when he went to North Carolina, but then she bombarded him with nudie pictures. Makes no sense. Actually, that was her way of manipulating him. So, oh, no. In other words, don't talk about me. Tell me more about me. Don't talk about me. You focus on her. Tell me more about me. That's how I feel about it. I think it was part of the manipulation.
It was a control thing. She had no couldn't control an urge.
Do you remember that pic of Shanann, like right at the end?
Oh God, yes.
So broken. And when I was in the relationship with somebody that, like I was telling you, that was gaslighter and all of it was very mentally abusive. That's where I was. I was so broken, because you don't even know what your reality is. They tell you that your reality is not what it is, and you're always on your body is always on alert, waiting for the next ball to drop, or whatever that saying is. That's where I looked on her and I said, oh my gosh, she's so broken right there. I remember that. And that pains me when people say that, she was this, controlling. I get that. I do. I really do. I know what it's like to be around people, women or anybody, men that are controlling, and overbearing or whatever supposedly that Shanann was. However, that picture shows how broken she was. And as him being the spouse, he didn't give a crap that she was that broken. He was so he didn't care.
No, he didn't. It was you're absolutely right. The only thing he cared about was himself. Hey, Punksy, thanks for coming in. I really appreciate you being here.
Hey, Punksy.
We love her. I agree,
you know
though. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I would just wanted to ask. God, it sounds like I'm defending Chris. I'm not. I'm trying to get more in his head. But remember earlier, we were talking about how crazy things are for us right now, like just life in general. And like my point of reference right now is like I'm at a constant state of vibration. Like I'm immune to it right now. Like my body's just constantly vibrating and I don't really even notice it. I feel like Chris was like that all the time. I feel like because he didn't have the strength.
Nan was like that all the time with Chris.
I thought maybe they both were. Like they may have both been with one another. And I don't think he had the strength to address what was, because it wasn't in his nature. One way or another, he was more of a pleaser. But as you attempt to please, things build up and build up and build up. And if you can't stay, you know what I mean? Like I don't think either one of them were truly happy with their entire situation. It wasn't that they didn't necessarily love one another. They didn't love what they had become. This wasn't what they envisioned. And it doesn't say they didn't love their children. I don't doubt that either one of them. I have to say, you can love your child and make a terrible, terrible, horrendous mistake. But I didn't look at those parents and think like neglectful parents that don't care or ever think about their children. I had a hard time at the beginning.
Chris's parents or
no, Chris or Shanann. Like when it comes to the girls, like I genuinely think they both cared.
I think they, yeah.
I think, yeah, like I've never, that's where that was, because I was about to ask one of my last questions was going to be, what was y'all's like, if you could sit and think for just a moment, what was one of the biggest hurdles that y'all had in terms of investigate? Like, I don't want to, it's not investigating, but what is one of the biggest things that stands out to you that was a moment that made you go, wait a minute, I hadn't thought about, like this could change things. Is there any moment like that? Because I still have them right now thinking about it, because it sounds like I'm defending Chris and I want to make it clear.
Many.
God, yeah. I'm not trying to defend Chris. Yeah.
Like when you say this could change things, you mean like that they would have made it work? Shannon?
Or just, just made you think, changed the way you thought as what you were thinking in terms of the case, like
whether it could humanize Chris or villainize.
Was there
Chris,
anything
humanize Shanann or villainize Shanann? There was
several.
What I mean?
Because there were certain things where it's like you can make it make sense. You know what? But there were certain things, that I was like, I saw it on both sides of them. I was like, holy crap! Like, but if this is true, then that would make me think that all X, Y, and Z could not have happened.
Right.
If I got hung up on this one thing, if this is a game changer for me, then X, Y, and Z doesn't happen. And that
so give me one of yours.
One of the biggest ones.
I want to see what the chat says as well, but I want
one of my biggest ones is that based on my research and seeing them, I had a hard time comprehending that either one of them planned and intentionally hurt those children. Like, I'm not saying that one of the two of them, one of the two of them, in my opinion, did hurt the children, but I struggled really hard with looking at how they love their kids alone. I mean, I didn't see Chris turning around, the next day and smothering a child and putting her in an oil tank. I really struggled comprehending that he could potentially do that. I struggled the same way with Shanann. If she was on the bed and had strangled, like, I can't see either one of them. But yet, something had to have happened. And that's, I don't call me crazy, and it may not make sense to anybody else, but I remember saying that at the very beginning. I was like, I have a hard time wrapping my head around knowing one of them did it, potentially. There's a very high chance that one of the two of these individuals harmed their own children. Which one? And then it's like, damn, I have to talk almost like the evidence really has to speak to me to make that make sense, because otherwise I was like, I don't see either one of them ever doing it. Never.
Because you're a rational human being and he was not acting in a rational manner. How can a father describe what he did?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like after the fact when that stuff started coming out more and more, like that helps me understand. Okay, yes. All right, everything's lining up. This makes sense. He could have done it. But I'll be damned. When I was back, 4 columns ago in this graph that we're making, I was struggling to say that he did it.
Well, that's how I don't think a lot of people know that either. Yeah. Is when we went into this case, we went in thinking I don't want to say thinking, that's not accurate, but we went in with no expectations of him being guilty. Let's put it that way. We didn't think he was innocent, but we didn't think he was guilty either. We just went in completely blind. I did. I will completely, admit I had no feelings either way. And there was that moment where you hear him talking. The sermon on the porch. That was the moment for me where I was like, talk about red flags. I mean, I was like, where the hell, what is happening here? There is him describing it was hard. And it was, that was hard as, and Kelly, I don't mean this disrespectfully because I know what you're saying and I agree with you, but like, that's an understatement for me. That was horrible.
But at the same time, did he not see it's sick to see him pull it off, but did he not seem kind of jovial? Like he was comfortable kind of being like laughing it off and jovial.
Yep. I think that was his personality.
Yep. And then fast forward to Wisconsin, where he's not like happy-go-lucky, but he's still willing to talk. And he's like, yeah, this is what I did.
Yeah.
And that's what, like, oh my God.
And he was matter of fact.
Yeah.
He was not.
And it's, and that same, but at ease saying it. He was so at ease saying it in the environment that he was in at that moment. The way he came across, in my opinion, on the front porch. Yes, uncomfortable, crossing of the arms, the stupid responses, but yet at the same time, kind of at ease, like the shake and I'll talk to you and and it's awful and I just want him home and
his
affect almost came off
just very flat, and
you can tell he hadn't been crying. I mean, his eyes weren't red, they weren't puffy. I mean, he was just like down, like, yeah, they haven't come home, and I really hope they do. Like, what?
Look at the difference of him on the front porch and then standing in front of Nate's TV as they're watching the footage. That's different.
That was I was going to just say, you just took my moment. I'm sorry for tapping you guys. That's really annoying.
I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize. Actually, it's great. You just segued right into it, but that was my moment. Was watching him watch himself shit his pants in front of everybody.
Can you imagine being in that situation?
Oh my God.
Actually, thinking of it right this second, I think that's when he knew the gig is up. The gig is up.
That was my moment right there where I was like, holy shnikes. I mean, not only did we, we had seen all there was to see, but right? Oh, Jody, me too. If my son's 10 minutes late from coming home, yes, me too. But what LFT was talking about earlier, was there any moments? That was my moment. Watching him watch himself load his children and his wife in the car. No, he didn't literally, but I don't know. Maybe he did, little bitch. That he is. Right. Nate said he was being weird. That was my moment where I was like, oh my God.
But just look at the difference in his whole persona. Like and he's still in front of a camera. He knows He's in front of cops. I mean, he's watching footage.
Yep.
And then, it, 11 hours earlier, he's standing on the porch with cops random and cameras in front of him. And he's more okay, maybe, no one really, all right, I can do this.
No, that was a moment for me. That was a real moment for me. What if what if he says kids are still alive and he thought, crap, my kid's just a thought? I'm not sure I understand. I might have skipped over something. Kelly, do you mind being more specific? Because I might have missed something. My mind's going a million miles an hour.
Oh, wait, hold on. I think I kind of know. Wait,
okay,
Kelly,
perfect.
Is this what you were maybe saying? Because this is what hit me yesterday, is that he had thought maybe he had essentially incapacitated all three people in that house enough to get him out. But then realizing, obviously, potentially one of them or two of them, walk out from the garage. The fact that he's comfortable enough to go ahead and put his children in there with his potentially deceased wife, and he's comfortable enough to do that and to drive out to Serbia one night, that's where I drew the line. I was like, then why the hell did he just take him to school? He would have left Shanae parked in the parking lot, walked the kids in. No one would have known unless the kids say something, but God forbid. But if you had an option, I'd rather risk my children saying something at school, like, oh, mommy was asleep on the floor of the car. I don't know.
Come up with something.
He had the option to drop him off. Yeah, he could have taken him to a fire station. He could have done anything, but he decided he's comfortable enough to put them all, potentially his children, along with deceased bodies, in a car and drive around in the early morning hours with other early morning risers and morning goers.
And that's not snap. That just shows you he did not snap.
Yeah, he didn't snap, because that's why it's like, I would have, if you're comfortable enough to do that, you can be comfortable enough to put potentially two living children in a car. But the other reason I think that maybe he couldn't have done that is because there was only one living child in the car at the time. How do you explain dropping one child off? The other child isn't there and the mother isn't there. Food for thought. Y'all home on that one.
You think Cece was dead?
I think in my opinion, I think the odds point for Cece being deceased potentially before they made. But by the time they arrived at Survey, for sure, I think the odds point to Cece being deceased by then as well.
Beetle Maniac says, do you think there was a possibility Shanann was alive in the truck but incapacitated? No, I don't think that. I don't think that Shanann was alive. And I think some of Bella's comments alluded to that. Oh, Kelly, let me get 100% believe that others. Somebody was figuring out kids. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. Just a thought, she said.
Wait, hold on, let me look. Yes.
This Thug, you and I are on the same page.
Do you think that Kessinger put the money worries more in his head than he would have himself? If he wasn't dating someone and he was divorcing, do you think those concerns would be as high on his list? I think Kessinger is more like, oh my God, you're going to have to cover this, this, and this. All right, can you do this? All right, so if you get a house, you'll be able to still do, Chris, you've got to pay child support, education, yada, yada, yada.
How are you going to do this? I came from divorced parents. My sister and I had bunk beds. Yeah. Oh, I mean, I definitely think there's depth to that conversation that can be had. So, question to you all, and including panel guests. Oh my God, I'm gonna get my ass kicked for this.
Oh my gosh, I was about to say, I about one of my comments, I was saying I'm gonna get my ass kicked for this.
We might be even Steven on this one. So, should we revisit this? I don't know why I can't talk. Yes, help me. I have not had a thing to drink. I cannot talk. Do you think we should revisit this once a month? Do we talk about do we have a Watts therapy session where we get it all out there? Okay, mute, and we're muting. Thank you. We don't.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah,
I really do. I'm back. I'm back on Watts Island, and I always really come back to Watts Island. I mean, sometimes I show up at Ben Hill, but 110 Ben Hill Road. But I always come back to Watts Island because I can't. I look at it's Shanann's videos. You feel like you know her.
Agreed.
And those little babies, and I just can't even fathom.
Yours, all right. Tia's was more of, I think mine wasn't quite as, yours is more of like, okay, I would kick your ass because I didn't go that far. I was more like, I really kind of, as horrid as it sounds, and if people would be agreeable to do it in a cautious way of going more through like what we were talking about, some of those details in terms of the science. Yeah. The science and kind of the specifics behind that. I was going to say, like, I would love to follow up maybe a live about that, but I didn't know. But then again, I don't know if I can necessarily disagree with your idea either, or Alex's.
Well, that's what I'm talking about, is taking Alex's idea and kind of picking through things and, having a topic of discussion like the body cam footage, and just going through and like asking people what Watts Wednesdays, what they thought, or maybe we just take the 13th of the month and use the 13th as an honorary Watts Day. And like 110 Ben Hill, I would be willing. I would talk about anything.
But I feel like I'm eating it. Oh God. I'll do it, but I feel like I'm eating a lot of crow.
I think we all are. I just started my first live yesterday. I'm not good at it all. I will get better. I have pictures and we'll explain them. Okay, Kelly, good for you. First live. Congratulations. Everybody go over and sub to Kelly and check her first live out.
Did we share her link?
I think we did. They will always be in our hearts. And I want to do it with compassion, empathy, and respect to the root. Let's put it this way, and not that they would ever see this. I don't think Mrs. Rusick would ever see this in my life. But if she ever, saw it and said, hey, Tia Dash, don't talk about my family, you would never hear me say their name again. But if we're doing it with respect to honor Shanann, I hope that's okay. Now, if I hear otherwise, I can tell you
her role in this horror story.
That we will shut this shit down faster than you can blink. If I hear any rumblings from either side of the film that they're uncomfortable with us discussing things, I will shut it down. And I will discuss any other case you want.
I like what y'all said, though, about kind of just like a discussion therapy, not a reinvestigating, not just to talk it out, like a babble. Well, there's no day of the week that starts with a B, but you know what I mean? Like a babbling, just kind of cathartic, chat it out, but not, I don't know if I have the dedication to like re-dive.
I don't want to research anything more when it has.
No, I don't think I don't think I have it in me to do that along with.
I rung it out. I'm done.
Okay. But I don't. But I do like this idea.
Like this. Yeah. I like to hear other people talk about it, and I like to hear what other people think, and then apply kind of what we know, kind of what we've done with Steph tonight, like kind of what we know and what she knows, and kind of apply it. Oh, wait, hold on, and then somebody else comes in and has a different thought. It just I enjoy conversation. I don't enjoy monologues. So, congratulations, Kelly.
That's amazing, Kelly.
I know.
Maybe you guys can come over to my channel and we could
that would be great.
Yeah, I would love that.
I would love that.
We can do it on, and yes, we can alternate. We can do whatever.
Yeah.
That I love that idea. I absolutely love that idea.
Because I was like, I really do want to piggyback on what Nicole and Steph like had brought up, last night, like getting into, because I just hadn't, like, we did it, like, like we remembered as we're sitting here going through it, but I would love to kind of like, do a lap that just, my thought was like, oh yeah, let's pick this topic and actually discuss it, appropriately and talk about it. But then you're right, there's so many other aspects of the case that we could do the exact same thing on. Right? Is that what I understood? Am I understanding this correctly? Okay.
Jody said, I love hearing what others think, all different thoughts on what might have happened. Right. Me too. I don't enjoy being told this happened or it happened. I agree with you. Hold on a second. Stop the presses. Pump your brakes.
Which who is it?
Punksy, I hope to be doing my first live in a week or two. Listen, you had better tag Decipher Podcast and make sure that we know about this so we can share, so we can be there to support all the things. Punksy, because you've been there for all of us.
Punksy and Punkette? Punksy or Punkette? Hold on.
Punksy.
Both of them? Okay, yay.
No, just one. Stop. No, just one. Punksy.
I know, you said Punksy. You said Punksy, and I said, okay, yay.
Yeah. So I definitely, y'all go over to Punksy, and if we have her channel, we just dropped it. Yay! Ladies, I hope you have a good evening. Thank you for everything. I'll watch. Oh, perfect, Beatlemaniac. We're so glad that you're part of our team here. We like to have conversations. We don't like to have monologues. I've said that before. So make sure that you guys give us your thoughts. And if you think, by the way, we are not the channel that you can't say we're wrong on something or disagree with, or what
you're wrong.
Yeah, well, she can, and we'll fight behind the scenes.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You're wrong.
Yeah, we like I said, we like to learn. So if you have a difference of opinion, we encourage you to say something. And it's okay. It's okay to, even in chat, if you have a difference in opinion with somebody else, don't be rude, be kind, do it with respect. But it is absolutely okay to have conversation here.
Mm-hmm. I'd rather have an open mind that has to think about more things than the only things I think about.
No, I'm not. No, there'll be so many unanswered things in this case. I think Shanann was. Oh yeah. I hope. I mean, yay, Punksy, you're getting subs.
That's awesome.
Steph, thank you so much for being here again tonight.
Thank you for having me.
We are definitely going to have you 1,000 more times, and we're coming up on you. We're going to raid your channel.
Yes,
and I really would
Delphi more.
Yes, and I want to hear more about what, like, your scientific aspects of all this stuff, because I told you, I've listened to y'all's Delphi stuff, and that one live, y'all.
That was so good, you guys.
God, that was so good.
Go back and watch her Delphi coverage. Well, watch all of her. Go back and watch everything. But that was such a good. And your
God. Yeah, you and your dog. Like, but I would love to hear more about what you have to say in terms of your thoughts on processing, the time of death, all that stuff. I'm genuinely interested in it, and I don't want you to think that we weren't giving it time or.
Oh no, I definitely would like to go, and I wouldn't mind even doing, doing a live on that stuff, and trying to figure this all out, because the days aren't adding up. So, but I would love to have you guys over on my channel. We can discuss Watts. We can talk about Delphi. Because like Delphi is like kind of my passion right now. But I do want to get into Timothy Jones Jr. But those
Wells
have history.
Poor Summer Wells is still out there.
Yes. Summer is hard for me.
Yeah.
So hard for me. Because there's so many. I feel like
God, it's awful.
because of, it's just because we don't have, well, I guess Delphi doesn't have a lot of information either, but Summer Wells is another one that is part of my heart, and I feel like it's so hard when you think the parents know it's, maybe you know where she is, and I don't know, I kind of feel like they know, but like where she is, like if someone
I agree.
So it's so hard because I just want to shake and say, just tell us, you know.
Oh God, me
If
too.
they do. I mean, I don't know that. That's just my, thoughts today.
I think a lot of us have that gut feeling, and I don't know. I agree with you. Let's just say that I agree with you on that one.
But I do love your coverage of Delphi, because I was very interested in that case, of course, when it first happened. Like, I remember hearing about it, and then, like you said, things kind of slip away. I think that's kind of like Alex was saying earlier too. Like, even Summer, like everyone knows, but it loses the attention. But I have to admit, I feel like you've got you have a great connection with some other creators who have done some pretty unique on the ground investigating, as well as you yourself, and it provides more for someone who doesn't. I don't know Delphi at all, like I know some other cases. To hear y'all discuss it, like it.
Y'all,
it's like
it gave
Baby
me
Einstein.
shivers.
Yeah.
It literally gave me shivers when she talks about her personal stories and she talks about her experiences. And I don't want to give a thing away, but just go watch it. It's good. Like, as I'm sitting here, I have goosebumps because it just,
I was did have Brittany and I met, when we met Ron Logan, we had a pretty, that was kind of extraordinary.
God,
and
then
that was crazy. And then when going back the second time, being able to go on Ron's property and being able to go where the girls were and seeing it was so different than going the first time and not actually getting there to experience where the girls were, and that just, it's different when you're actually there than just seeing it on the videos. So it was very I guess spiritual, or you feel connected or something. I just can't explain it.
It humanized it in a way of like your everyday.
Yes.
I don't know. Your everyday I don't know. There's something about it, but y'all please be sure to check her out, because I can't say enough, because I haven't unfortunately spent enough time diving into it, but I can tell you from what I've seen, there's some great creators out there that do a lot of really good research.
Thank you so much for having me up here, and thank you for the wonderful comments, and I'll come back anytime. You guys are amazing, and your chat's amazing. So I love you guys, and you have an awesome night.
Thank you so much. We love you too.
And we'll be sure to include everyone's link in the description. Sorry if we haven't dropped them.
Yeah, it's been a couple of days. We might need a day to catch up with that. God. So please bear with us. We will put your links out there. We're all about supporting creators. Decipher, if you notice, it ends in Decipher. So we're all about supporting women. We ain't these catty bitches that you got around the joint. But we can be. If you need us to be, we can be. But no, I'm teasing. You guys, I'm just teasing. I'm gonna get my ass kicked tonight, I'm telling you. All have been dropped. Thank you, great. Justice. You have been amazing. She's awesome, Mod. I love her. Crazy Mama. Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for being here and sticking with us tonight. I know we were all over the place. And I'm going to let LFT close this down. Shut it down.
Oh, I thought we were done. I don't know. I kind of like doing these fly by our seat. As much as we research and stuff, I enjoy not being quite as prepared point by point for lives now. It makes it so much more enjoyable in a way. So I like it.
Me too. Jody, true story, sister. True story. The sisterhood is strong. You'd be surprised. I think a lot of people would be surprised. I think a lot of people would be surprised. We root for our sisters, and YouTube is 95% women or something like that. So it's much nicer to feel supported and to support than to tear someone down. So keep that in mind. Punkette.
Oh wait, what about it? Is there a bigger development?
I'm just reading Awesome Live. Sorry, I've been MIA. New development. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. There's a new development.
Is it shareable, or is there somewhere that?
No, don't share it on our channel. Let Punkette cover it.
Okay, never mind, Punkette. Ignore me.
Yeah, I don't want to take that from someone else. Sorry, I'm not trying to be a jerk. Actually, I'm trying to be a jerk.
Never mind. We'll delete her comment.
Pray for Kylie and hope to God that they have, I don't know, good news. I'll cross my fingers. We love you guys. Thank you so much. To my Aussie friends, special. I love you. You guys always come in here, and I know it's like strange hours, can be whatever, but you deleted yourself with sweet Jesus.
I was like,
but my Aussie friends, you guys, you hold a special place in my heart. You know who you are. I love you so much. Have a great night, and we will see you guys soon.